our last paragraph here really sums up our kind of problem, I think, in teaching, perhaps especially for year one undergraduates, is they're very wedded to the idea that they want to be a kind of a controller of meaning. Sorry to truncate a little bit, but I think we're out of time. So.
Thank you. Sorry, we are a bit late, so we have to. I think we have. Yeah. Okay. Just one question.
No, we shouldn't really get too strict with. Otherwise, we are a symposium. We have to discuss a little bit. I mean, sorry. Just one question and one remark, because it also very much related for me to Alan's speech before. The search for a subjectivity, a different kind of a subjectivity, which is not objectivizing the world. It comes up here again. Just a hint. Wilhelm Flusser was thinking about that a lot. I know that he's also very badly translated into English, and very few of his texts are translated, but it's very, very good to read and to listen, to read him and to listen to him, because his idea of projection is trying to react on that. He says the classical modern subject is a subordinated entity. It was subordinating itself through ruling the world, through objectivizing it. And we have to go through that. The so-called new technologies, the technologies of abstraction, give us the possibility to go through abstraction into projection and to create something different and something new. This is a very interesting thought. The question, which is a little bit related to that, when you mentioned Guattari and his very radical aim to think about a very different idea of subjectivity. Can you say one sentence to it? Because he also went very far outside of the European context to find this kind of different alternatives, to go to come out of the trap of subjectivity, of modernity. Are you also dealing with that? But very, very important, the compliment. I like the seriousness of your work very much, and big compliment for what you are doing.
The actual project of subjectivity, which O'Sullivan at the Academy works with so much, is, that's the rub. It is an experimental course we're running, which is why it's so difficult to teach this sort of stuff. What are you actually going to do? And we obviously use Deleuze and Guattari about resingularization, the refrain, lines of escape, and things like this. Yeah, we're just trying to put the seed in the student's mind. We are teachers. Yeah. We're just trying to put that there are radically different ways of seeing yourself in the world, yeah? And what are you going to do? We don't want to be too prescriptive with this, but we find that giving them highly challenging readings, like, although you kind of comment about the Thousand Plateaus not being the place to be all the time, we also see that vertical and horizontal axis, integration of kind of philosophical understanding, and as you said, that philosophy is a component of this new kind of taxonomy of learning, yeah? And we're very much into putting these components in place, which is very difficult in a conservative art school type place to do these things, yeah? Some students and some members of staff object to Lacan at this depth in the first year undergraduate course, or Deleuze and Guattari, and they ridicule us, yeah? But the students are getting it. They go straight in without this kind of traditional run-up, which we find really interesting. So to say that we deal with it is that we present it to the students and say, here it is, what do you think, yeah? So that's how we deal with it.
It's probably quite important to say as well that the way in which we're using it is quite practical.
Do you want to use that one?
It's probably important to make the distinction between the idea that a student would go to a lecture about that, for instance,